Welcome guys to another craft. This week we are making a flower with some construction paper. So what you'll need for this craft are a glue stick, a pair of scissors, a couple of googly eyes, a green piece of paper, and 2 pieces of whatever color paper you want. I chose purple. A Sharpie, and if you want to color it in, you can use some coloring pencils. So what we're doing here is using our piece of purple paper. What you could do instead of what I'm doing is just trace your hand out 4 times. But what I'm doing is taking the 2 pieces of paper, putting them together and folding them both over. So that way when I trace my hand once and cut it, I'll have 4 hands. You're going to take your Sharpie, have your hand on the paper, and you're going to trace. When you get to the other end of your hand, you can just round off the bottom. So now that we've traced out your hand, just gonna take your scissors and cut. There probably will be some resistance. It'll be hard enough to cut because you're cutting through 4 layers of paper. But even if it's hard, it's almost certainly gonna be a lot quicker than tracing and cutting 4 hands. Just like that, we have our 4 hands. So next we're going to be cutting a circle. It's going to be the center of the flower. So be just by hand tracing a circle. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, that looks a bit closer to an oval. So now you're going to take your scissors and you're just going to cut out the circle. And there's our circle. Okay, so what we're doing next, we're going to be taking our hands and you're going to want to place them like this. You're going to want to have the thumb overlapping, and you're going to glue them together in that position. And for the other 2 hands, you'll do the same. Make sure they're nice and stuck. I'm gonna take both of the sets of 2 hands that you glued together, and you're gonna glue those together. So now that we have our patch of 4 hands glued together, we're gonna finally glue our circle on. There's going to be the middle of our flower. So the paper we're using for the circle is lighter, and the glue is strong enough that it might rip it, so we're going to glue straight onto the hands. Once you've got a patch about the size that you need, looks about right, you can put the circle on. I'm going to put it so that you can see the marker lines less, and now you've got your flower. So what we're going to be doing is, cut that out. So what we're going to be doing is taking a couple of googly eyes, and we're going to be making silly little face on our flower. So here's one line. Got a bit too much glue on that one. And okay, that's the other eye. So now we're just going to make a nose. Don't want it to look too ugly.
I wouldn't say that in the video.
I'm intending on cutting that out.
Okay. That would be hilarious.
And so now that we're done making our flower, we're going to be using our leftover green paper and cutting ourselves a stem. So maybe about an inch long along the length of the paper. We're going to be cutting all the way down. And after we're done cutting the stem, we'll cut a couple little leaves to put on the stem. Draw ourselves little leaf, just so we can have some guidelines as to where to cut. There's one leaf down. So that will be, now we have cut out our stem and our leaves, and we'll get back with the gluing segment. Alright, so now that we've cut out our stem and our leaves, we're gonna flip over the head of our flower. And we will glue our leaves onto the stem. There you go. That is our flower.